Hi, I'm Stevie C in the place to be, and once again I'm back in Dundee. I'm back in the Salty Dog and I've noticed that some more lights need a service. Namely, these VU panels I built for them some time ago. I've noticed that some of the LEDs have died, so we'll get them back to the bench and have a closer look. So this is that one that you saw just a few seconds ago. Some sort of residue on it. I think that'll be condensed smoke fluid or haze fluid. This one, obviously a different style of LEDs. Yeah, I've spotted a bit of a design problem. In my defense, these are prototypes. The way this was obviously installed was pressed against the wall and somebody has just fallen into it by the looks of it. There was a whole channel out which would correspond to obviously this MOSFET in here, which is just, yeah. I'll show you, this hasn't been damaged in transit. This was actually the way I found it. Take a photo in the venue. Yeah, that's sheared and taken the pads out with it. I guess this is one of the problems with a product such as this. People obviously see the display but don't realise there's all the clever stuff going on behind it, and that's what gets broken. Right, this one can be a job for tomorrow because it's currently about 4 Celsius in here. Slimy.
Yeah, this is not the best design.
If I was redesigning this, yeah, probably try and do it so that the MOSFETs could lie flat and flush against the board, but then you've still got the pot here, so. I do have spare MOSFETs in stock. What I might have to do, I'll just come down here, I'll show you. So excuse my shaky hands. As I say, it's about 4 Celsius in here. That pad is completely obliterated. What I'm hoping to do is insert a new MOSFET and bend the pins backwards or forwards towards their closest corresponding pads. Maybe. Exciting stuff, this, I know. This is the shittest repair job I've ever done. I could build them another processor card, but you can see the state of this one. They wouldn't look after that one either, so I'm just going to bodge this enough to make it work. Right, first of all, does that fix the issue? 9-volt PP3. Why? I can't remember how my own PCBs assembled. Why didn't I just mount this upside down? Yeah, there's not enough clearance there, that's the reason. Simply press stop. This is not going to be big or clever. This joystick is incompatible with this joy gun. I think I'll gunk the pot up as well. So, day 2. It's now 3 Celsius in here, and I've had precisely 2 hours of sleep. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the neutral return wires from the display PCB. And then get the bench power supply. and mark the dud LEDs with a Sharpie or a Sharpie type pen. As usual, what I see and what the camera sees are two very different things. But yeah, you probably saw from the intro that the main failure seemed to be in the focused pink and the focused yellow LEDs. So then I just rinse and repeat across the board. Once I've marked them all, I'll just desolder them, clean the pads off and repopulate the LEDs. And obviously I want to do this as quickly as possible, so I'm going to do it in time lapse. I'm sure I've shown this before, but the way I get my yellow LEDs to be so vibrant is taking these cold white ones and painting them with this glass and acrylic paint. I'm sure Technology Connections would approve. Day 3. 4 Celsius, 4 hours of sleep. Some dozy neighbour's alarm has been going off since 1 AM. I've not shown me replacing the yellow LEDs because there's only so many times you can film the same thing. Yes, even I understand that. I've swapped all the pink focused LEDs for diffused, as diffused seem to have better longevity. As for the green, I ran out of focused ones during the original build, and haven't ordered any since, weirdly. I used repurposed concave ones from old fairy lights, but have changed those 5 out for diffused ones with a white resin for cosmetic reasons. Anywho, I just have to reattach the DC negative rails and test. This PCB was never overly sensitive. Absolutely fine for a loud PA system. Testing on the bench, not so much. I just realised I could have just biased the amp circuit and touched that for testing. Oh well, good to know for next time. Hey.
No, you wouldn't want that shoved up your bum, would you?
So, yeah. As we saw earlier, if or when you're designing something, it's always important to design for the environment it'll be used in. I used hot snot as a semi-permanent workaround. The advantage over resin is that it can be removed if absolutely necessary. The advantage over a redesign is it's cheaper and quicker. Anywho, let's get these back to my other office, i.e. the Salty Dog, so I can film the footage you'll see in a minute, assuming you're still watching. If you are still watching, thanks. Hopefully you'll watch the next one. See you next time.